I've got to say this. Lee Gunner, back in Arteta, happy with the performance the other day. Like, you
Where
guys...
did I back Arteta, by the way?
No, I'm just making that up.
But clickbaited the title, yeah.
Like, look, I look at it from this point of view. I think Arsenal look great. I've had one of my best performing videos, and I just titled it "Arsenal Scare Me." I think it's currently sitting on 136,000 views. It's gone mad.
Will you stop using Arsenal to get clout, Terry, please?
142,000 views it's done. And all I said in the video is Arsenal scare me. And I stand by everything that I said in it. Arsenal, for me, they improved last year, like I said, other than when it comes to those crunch games. And they just let go. And I put a lot of that down to the age of that squad. I think you've bought well. I think more's going to come in. You've looked scintillating in pre-season. There's a togetherness. There's a happy factor. There's so much going on at Arsenal, which is to be positive about. I've already predicted this, and I'll say at the start, I'm predicting Arsenal to finish third in the league this season. I think you guys look great. And with the hype and the anticipation from Gooners, the expectation should be there to at least finish third. Should be closing the gap now on the teams in the top two at the top of the league. And you should be serious contenders in every cup competition that you're in, because on your day, you can beat anybody. And I think you've shown through pre-season that when this team's on it, when this team plays with freedom and relaxes and goes out there and plays ball, you can beat anybody, and you're scintillating. So I think Arsenal are going to have a big season ahead. The question is that I have for you, as we're sort of 3 days away from Arsenal kicking off this campaign, how good do you think Arsenal look, and how do you think they're going to do this year, Lee?
Well, that was a great performance against Sevilla. And apparently I only get views when I'm negative about Arsenal. Well, that's it, 60K. So, yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe if they kept winning, I'd get more views. My most viewed videos are wins. The cup wins. I'm negative. I only get views for traction of negativity. We looked great the other day. Yeah, we did. We looked really good. And I actually enjoyed watching 90 minutes of Arsenal for the first time in a long time. Like, there was performances last season against Tottenham where we were great for 45, 50 minutes. And then after that, we get sloppy, we start panicking, we start doing stupidness. Against Leicester, we look good for 46, 47 minutes. I think Villa was about 50 minutes. That's the first time I've seen Arsenal for 90 minutes actually play really, really well. But, and there is a but, it's pre-season, Terry. It means nothing. The pressure's off. The pressure's off. And let's be real, Sevilla had sold their best players this summer. So you've got to take it with a pinch of salt as well. It's going to be a totally different kettle of fish, Ben White coming up against Wilfried Zaha on Friday than it was against their left winger the other day. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yes, we look good. The front three look like they're hungry. They're all running around. They're pressing. They're chasing. Granit Xhaka looked good. I mean, that don't happen often. But at the same time, we know that Granit Xhaka is going to capitulate in at least 5 games this season. He does it every season and has done for 6 years straight. So there's 5 games we can write off straight away where he's going to do something stupid, give away a penalty, get a red card, something like that. The right back's a massive issue for me. Yeah, with Tomiyasu, his calves are made of glass. Cedric ain't good enough. Bellerin shouldn't even be here. And Ben White just ain't good enough for Arsenal in the first place, let alone playing at right back. So that needs filling really, really quick. Centre mid, if Thomas Partey gets injured, our backup's El Neni. That ain't good enough. If Jesus gets injured, we're going with Eddie Nketiah up front. That ain't good enough. You know, we've still got Pepe on the books. Apparently Newcastle want him. Again, if Saka gets injured, what do we do there? Do we then put Jesus out on the right and then put Eddie up front? I don't know. For me, I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans on social media. I'll see one today as well. Right? I'm going to show you this, right? Because this is funny. These fans, they say we've got massive squad depth, yeah? But then they go and list loads of players. So I'll give you this, right? Ramsdale, Turner, Hine as the 3 keepers. Tierney, Zinchenko, Maitland-Niles as the 3 left-backs. Well, Maitland-Niles ain't going to be here by the end of the window. Yeah, centre-backs, Saliba, White, Magalhaes, Holding. Right-back, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Cedric, Norton Cuffy, who's never kicked a ball in the first team ever. Why is he on that list? And Bellerin, who ain't going to be here. Right, so take 2 of them out. But it looks like mad squad depth now, doesn't it? Because you've put 5 players in at right back, right? Midfield, Xhaka, Zinchenko, Maitland-Niles, Patino in the Xhaka role. But just because you're putting 2 players that you've put at left back in the centre mid position doesn't mean you've got mad squad depth, because 2 of them players will not be here. So there's 2 players you're going to take out. Charlie Patino is not ready to play for Arsenal. He's not. He needs a loan. Yeah, Maitland-Niles ain't going to be here. So take them 2 out. It's just Xhaka and Zinchenko. But now you've put Zinchenko at left back as well. So it's not mad squad depth now, is it? Is what I'm trying to say. You go over the other side, Lokonga, El Neni, Partey. I mean, come on. If El Neni, if Partey gets injured, that ain't a good backup pairing. Yeah, Odegaard, Vieira. I've seen people saying he's the next Bernardo Silva. Based on what? You ain't ever seen him play football. The guy came with a protective boot on his foot. We don't know how good that guy is going to be. Yeah. Then you go Saka, Pepe, Nelson. Well, Nelson ain't going to be here, and Pepe, everyone wants him at the club. Then Jesus and Nketiah. And then on the other side, you've got Salah Eddin. Has he ever kicked a ball for Arsenal? Why you put him in there? Marquinhos, we don't know how good he is. Smith Rowe's always injured. And then Martinelli. It's not mad squad depth. We lost to Brentford the other day. And everyone was going, oh, it don't matter. It's just a B team. It's just our backups. It's the back. Well, they're the only backups we've got, mate. So, yes, on paper, the first 11 looks great. It looks fantastic. It looks all shiny and cool, and it's running around. They're scoring goals. Great. Injuries are going to happen. We're going to have about 50-odd games this season. We're going to be in 4 competitions, Terry. So, if we get a major injury to Thomas Partey, which is likely because he's been injured most of the time he's been here, then what do we do? Do we put Zinchenko in there? Well, is Zinchenko the level required to play in that Partey role? I don't know. We'll see. If Tierney gets injured and Partey are injured at the same time, then who's playing left back? Because we're going to have to put Zinchenko somewhere. Is he going to go left back and then we put El Neni in? Do you know what I'm saying? And people are getting really hype. And good luck to these people who want to get hype. I live in the real world of where I've seen everyone get hype year on year on year and get hype with 4 games to go. And then, oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. It's an improvement. No, it does matter. Yeah, it's only an improvement last season because he took us so far backwards, it looked like an improvement. Yeah, the fact and reality is, Terry, he's done 370 million quid since he's been here. I demand a title charge. And for all the people sitting there saying I'm negative, well, the current technical director of Arsenal Football Club said it's time to start winning trophies. Is he negative then? Because I say what, if Edu's coming out saying that and we don't win a trophy at the end of the season, I want them all sacked. A group chat with a few lads, right? And we forward messages from other people that message us. Like I've got a friend of mine. He only messages me when Arsenal win. Disappears when we lose. Yeah, like Chelsea text me. Yeah, then the Sevilla game. I said, "Where was you for the Brentford one?" "Oh, that was the B team." I said, "Well, the B team are the backups, mate. We still need a striker that's going to be a Giroud-esque type player." Somebody that's a little bit different up front, because Jesus is not going to win many headers in the box. Eddie Nketiah is not going to win many headers in the box. If we're in a game and we're 1-1 with 5 minutes to go, you could throw that striker on 6'3", 6'4", and start crossing into the box and win a knockdown, win a header, and all of a sudden you've won the game. We have not got that in our squad. We're going to play one way and one way only. We need a right back. We need another destroyer in midfield. We can't rely on Partey for a whole season. We need another attacking midfielder. Odegaard will not score many goals. He's proved that last season with 6 goals. People bang on about his creativity. Oh, he created the most chances. He created 6 big chances all season, Terry. Yeah, Che Adams created more. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we need somebody that's going to go like a Maddison and bag 10, 15 goals from centre mid. Then you add in your Sakas, your Martinellis, your Jesus and Nketiahs. All of a sudden, you've gained another 10, 15, 20 goals. And now you are challenging for that 4th spot. Yeah, not that I'd give a toss about 4th. It's 3rd loser. The amount of money this manager's done, the amount of protection he's had from this fan base for nearly 4 years or 3 years, whatever it is. You know, I was told when he first came in, oh, it took Klopp 4 years. Well, it didn't, though, did it? It took him 3 years to win the Champions League. Yeah, he qualified for it and got straight to the final, then lost. Then the following season got straight to the final and won it.
But that's where I think, again, I think the crazy thing with Odegaard is he's still on his way to reaching his peak. But I think the Odegaards, the Smith Rowes, and Martinellis, the Sakas will go to another level this year. I think you'll get even more out of them. I think they'll be more consistent. That's why I've got a lot of confidence.
But Smith Rowe needs to stay fit, Terry, and he's injured.
No, I get that.
We've got players that are very good players, and Tierney, Partey, and Smith Rowe that spend half a season out. Tomiyasu started less games last season than Tierney. But everyone's saying, oh, Tierney's injury prone. Well, what's Tomiyasu then? The geezer's been missing for 6 months with a calf injury. Yeah, we've signed a player that's injured in Fabio Vieira. Everyone's hyping him up. Nobody knows how good he is because nobody watches Portuguese football. Yeah, let's stop blagging it here. Yeah, but it sounds good. Oh, he's the next Bernardo. These people are going to be very, very disappointed at the end of the season, making excuse as to, again, why this manager has failed to get us in Champions League. Yeah, and I just look at it and I think, like, somebody put a comment in saying, well, who's the replacement for Kane? Richarlison. And I've seen a lot of people hyping up Jesus, saying, I'd rather have Jesus over Richarlison. Yeah, and whilst I agree with that, why are you comparing our main striker to their backup? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like we're comparing main players to backup players at other clubs that already finished above us, that are deemed not good enough to compete with us anyway. It's like, it makes no sense. This manager has had more protection than any other manager I've ever seen in my life watching football. He's had more protection, Terry. He's had more of what he wants at a football club. He's had every player he wants out of that football club gone, including Mesut Ozil. Unai Emery wanted Ozil out and was like deemed like, oh my God, he's a joke. Get rid of Emery. Ozil won that fight. Arteta does it. Oh, he's a genius. And it's like, he's going to get rid of Pepe. He's got rid. I think when Leno signs for Fulham, every single player, 8 players that were signed under Sven Mislintat, Diamond Eye. Yeah, Diamond Eye. What a genius. Yeah, every single one of them 8 has now gone. Yeah, more like Dusty Eye, because half of them weren't even good enough anyway. Right, so he's had all of them players out. He's going to get rid of some more before the end of this window. The Maitland-Niles, the Pepe's, players like that are going to go by the end of this window. Right, maybe Bellerin is another one. But when you actually look at it, he signed Granit Xhaka up to a new deal, not good enough. Rob Holding to a new deal, not good enough. Yeah, then he signed a player that's injured in Vieira. Tomiyasu's injured more than Tierney, and that's proof last season he started less games than Tierney. And then we've got rid of Leno, who's a better goalkeeper than Matt Turner. I don't think that's even a debate. We've signed a good striker, a very good striker. But then when we strip that back, he signed Eddie Nketiah up to a new deal. Why? Because it worked out cheaper to sign Eddie and keep him on 100 grand a week than to go and actually buy another striker and pay him whatever it costs. And I feel like we need to keep all 11 of them players fit to even stand half a chance, Terry, of getting top 4. And that ain't going to happen. Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup and Premier League, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, ain't happening. When I look at Tottenham's front line, they were already better than us anyway. Kulusevski, Kane and Son, they've now added Richarlison to that. And although I don't think he's a superstar player, he turns up every now and again. And when he does, he causes us trouble every time we play him, by the way. Yeah, for Everton. But he'll score 8 to 10 goals for Richarlison this season. Then they've added in there Basuma. Well, their midfield, you could say it's 50-50 with Arsenal's before Basuma. You know, they've got Bentancur in there. He walks into our team. Yeah, I'd swap him for Xhaka all day long. Then you look at their defence, and people were ripping their defence apart all season. They conceded less than us. And they were getting piped all around London at the first 3 months of the season. So it's like, and now they've got a world-class manager as well. Yes, they're in Champions League. But then you look at Man United. Man United have already got the core of a decent team, and now they've added a decent manager in. Have we really bridged that gap to the 4 teams that finished above us? I don't think we have. I don't think we have. And if we haven't, then it comes down to manager ability, and tactical nous and managing big games. Well, not just big games, every game. Because you said earlier on in the show that Arsenal can beat anyone on their day. Well, how about going beat Southampton, Palace and Brighton then?
Well, no, and I understand that, but I feel like this year, and I don't think a lot of what you said is wrong. I think it's a fair and logical opinion. I feel like that's where we'll see improvements this year. I think that when it comes to playing the Palace game is Friday. I know there's an element of, can you imagine if Arsenal don't win? I think Arsenal are going to win, and I think Arsenal are going to look good. I think Arsenal are going to start the season like a freight train this year. And one thing Arsenal haven't done in a long time is start a season well. You never really looked ready. Yes, you've won things in pre-season, but you haven't looked, for me, how you look right now. And I think there's a buzz. And if you win, if you manage to garnish 6, 7